Junior started to lose sight. All he needed to rely upon was his right eye. His left eye was no longer. He couldn't see it out of his left eye. His left eye wasn't gone, it was just covered by a lot of blood and he couldn't see out of it. No matter how many times he tried to wipe all the blood away, nothing worked. Huh, this was easier than I thought, man. Mission accomplished. Beacon is now ours. Boss, is that supposed to happen on him? What's supposed to not? What in the world? Junior's body was glowing. All of his scars were glowing blue. And he was charging up his atomic breath. He then lifted his head up in the air and unleashed his atomic breath along with his nuclear pulse. At the same time, Space Godzilla summoned a gigantic shield to protect himself and his army. And at the last moment, a bright light seemed to come out of nowhere. Just like that, everything was gone. By flying of the next day, Junior woke up hearing Ruby crying about something. It slowly rise up. And shook his head. He realized he was in Ruby's house. Crow and Ruby turned around as they saw Junior got up. What happened? Hey, you're up. Good thing, too. What happened? You don't remember? Oh, yeah. I remember now. Wait. What happened to my eye? Don't worry, you still have your eye. This is a lot of blood was managed to make your left eye a little blind for a while. It might take a couple of months for it to get back to normal. Dang it. He won. Space Godzilla won. You mean that monster that your father killed in 1994? Yeah, and Destroyer's back as well. How is that possible? My father made sure that those two were dead. Well, I also remember charging on my atomic breath and using my nuclear pulse at the same time. I don't think my dad has ever done that before. Or my mom. No, I don't think none of your ancestors have ever done that ability before. But your energy levels are drained completely. How long? Wait, what? You were doing your atomic breath and nuclear pulse for 3 long hours. Wasn't until you finally turned back to your human form and was when we were managed to pick you up. So it might take some time for my powers to return. Exactly. Thanks, by the way. Your wound should take quite a while to heal, especially that gigantic one on your chest. Also, Yang Chi. Crow explained what happened. Junior was furious about this. So that brat had the nerves to cut my girlfriend's arm off? Half, but she's still alright. It doesn't make me feel better, Crow. I'm gonna hunt that guy down and I'm gonna make sure he feels the pain that she felt. Well, I'll give you a little bit to rest. Then you can go check on Yang. little bit. Well, a few hours later, neither Ruby and Junior were allowed to go see Yang. They were not in the hospital. They were in Ruby's house. Ty and Summer were making tea. Yang explained what happened. Weiss's father picked her up, and Blake ran away. And Yang apparently seemed to be mad at it. After Yang got done talking to Ruby, she had a moment to talk to Final Wars. Don't worry, Yang. I'm gonna sit here and wait until you get better. Don't worry about it, Final Wars. Final Wars was shocked by what Yang just said. Final Wars was confused on why Yang just said that. Yang, I don't understand. Final Wars, I can't be with you right now. Final Wars' heart broke. He instantly felt a large amount of pain in his heart. He remembered what Crow told him. Destroyer's horn went deep into his skin. It was almost close to his heart. The near tip of his horn actually managed to penetrate Final Wars' heart. I don't understand. You don't want to be with me anymore? I'm sorry, Final Wars. I'm so sorry. But I just can't be with you right now. Final Wars stood quiet for a little bit. He then stood up and walked away. Then I guess there's no reason for me to stay here. Final Wars started marching his way out. Now, Crow, Summer, and Ty tried to stop him, but he already turned to his Godzilla form and started walking away. He was never been seen again. You know, actually, he went back to Monster Island, where he can recover. It took him quite a while to get all the way back to Monster Island. He couldn't believe it. He was very heartbroken. When Final Wars arrived to Monster Island, he was greeted by his friends. They instantly were treating his wounds as if they were their own, as if those wounds were their own wounds to attend. Thanks, guys. No problem, G. We have your back. What's wrong? Blake broke up with me. Oh. Oh, crap. We're sorry. I don't know if I'm ever gonna feel better again. Space Godzilla's won. there's no point in me being in a relationship with Yang anymore. Meanwhile, back at Beacon, or what is being renamed as the Crystal Empire, because all the crystals were being created by Space Godzilla and it was grim all over the place. Space Godzilla was sitting on a crystal-made throne. Sir, Junior is still alive. Huh. So he actually survived that. Just like our father. What do you want us to do? Keep an eye on him. What else has happened? Yang broke up with him. Ah. So sad. And he went to Monster Island and stayed there for a while. Well, that's good to know. Well, Mark Prime, send one of your Skullcrawlers to go keep an eye on Junior. Yes, sir. Junior here is now an easy target, but I don't want to kill him just yet. I want to see if I can ruin his life even more. Back on Monster Island, Junior was trying. It's so hard to fire his atomic breath, but he couldn't. He was covered in wounds, scars. All the bandages that he had on him, were gone. Luckily, small little versions of Mothra are attending to his wounds, making sure that they don't get infected. So that way, he doesn't need to get sick or anything else like that. He was growling, in pain and in sadness. He loved Yang, and she broke up with him. And there was only one person he could blame for that. Space Godzilla and the guy who cut Yang's arm off. He went by the name of Adam. Apparently he's like Blake's ex-boyfriend or something. And he was the leader of White Fang. But he couldn't just keep on thinking about Blake. Why was he thinking about her a lot? The dream that he had 2 months ago with him and Ruby and their kids, that was still playing on it, continuing replaying in his head over and over again. What did it mean? Did it mean that he was meant to be with Ruby? And that he just wasted his chance to tell her how he feels? Or was it something else that prevented him to not tell Ruby about his feelings for her? He didn't know. Well, he didn't know. It'll take some time for him to figure that out.